This is how smart people treat toxic people. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a subject that touches each of us in different ways: our interactions with toxic individuals. Toxicity can seep into our lives like a relentless poison, draining our energy, crushing our spirits, and clouding our vision for the future. But what separates smart, successful people from the rest is not merely their ability to avoid these toxic influences. It's how they choose to deal with them. First, let's acknowledge that we all encounter toxic people. They might be colleagues, friends, or even family members. It's part of life. But here's the crux. Smart individuals don't allow these toxic individuals to dictate their emotions or their path forward. They recognize the power of choice and embrace it fully. Set boundaries. Smart people know that healthy boundaries are essential for protecting their mental and emotional well-being. They define what is acceptable behavior and communicate these limits clearly. Remember, it's not about cutting people out of your life. It's about prioritizing your peace. Stay grounded in your values. When faced with toxicity, smart individuals stay anchored in their core values. They refuse to compromise their integrity or succumb to negativity. Instead of reacting to toxicity, they respond with resilience, ensuring that their actions align with their highest self. Practice empathy, not sympathy. Empathy allows us to understand the struggles of toxic individuals without letting their negativity seep into our souls. Smart people recognize that toxicity often stems from pain. By practicing empathy, they maintain their compassion while protecting their energy. Limit exposure. Smart individuals understand that not every relationship is worth nurturing. They are discerning about who they spend their time with, choosing to surround themselves with positivity and support. By limiting exposure to toxic individuals, they create a healthier environment for personal growth. Focus on solutions, not problems. Rather than dwelling on the negativity of toxic people, smart individuals redirect their energy towards solutions. They refuse to be paralyzed by problems and instead channel their focus into constructive actions that drive them closer to their goals. Cultivate a supportive network. Surrounding yourself with supportive, positive individuals can be a game changer. Smart people build a network that uplifts and inspires them, providing a buffer against toxicity. They understand the power of collective energy and the importance of shared values. Invest in self-care. Lastly, smart individuals prioritize their well-being. They engage in self-care practices that replenish their energy, whether it's through meditation, exercise, or pursuing their passions. By nurturing their own mental and emotional health, they create a solid foundation to withstand negativity. It's essential to recognize that while we cannot always control the presence of toxic individuals in our lives, we can control our response to them. Smart people take charge of their narratives, setting boundaries, staying grounded, practicing empathy, limiting exposure, focusing on solutions, cultivating supportive networks, and investing in self-care. So you have the power to rise above toxicity. Embrace it. Make the conscious choice to protect your peace and nurture your growth. You are the author of your story, and it's time to write a narrative that resonates with strength, positivity, and resilience. There's an expansion of each keynote in a motivational style, providing depth and clarity without using an endpoint for each section. Keynote 1, set boundaries. Setting boundaries is not just an act of self-care, it's a profound declaration of self-respect. Think about it. When you establish boundaries, you're telling the world that your time, energy, and mental space are valuable. Toxic individuals thrive on chaos and disruption, and without boundaries, they will encroach on your life, stealing your joy and peace. By setting clear limits, you empower yourself to reclaim your energy. Imagine the freedom that comes from saying no when you need to. This isn't just about shutting people out. It's about creating a safe space for yourself. You deserve an environment where you can flourish, and that begins with defining what is acceptable in your life. Boundaries can be emotional, physical, or time. They can encompass everything from how much time you spend with someone to what conversations you're willing to engage in. Now, how do you set these boundaries effectively? Start by assessing your relationships. Identify those that drain you versus those that uplift you. Communicate your needs clearly and assertively. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to accommodating others. However, the discomfort of establishing boundaries is far less than the pain of enduring toxic interactions. There is value in boundaries and mastery of the art of saying no while also standing up for your values and boundaries. You can also solve the pain of enduring toxic interactions. When you communicate boundaries, do so with confidence. Use I statements to express how certain behaviors affect you. For example, instead of saying, "You always interrupt me," say, "I feel overlooked when I am interrupted." This shift in language takes ownership of your feelings and disarms potential defensiveness. Remember, you are not responsible for how others react to your boundaries. You are only responsible for expressing them. As you begin to enforce these boundaries, you may face resistance. Toxic individuals often push back against limits because they thrive on manipulation. Stand firm in your decisions. Understand that this is a crucial part of your growth journey. You might feel guilty at first, but guilt is often a sign that you're doing what's necessary for your well-being. Celebrate small victories as you navigate this process. Each time you set a boundary, recognize it as a step towards reclaiming your power. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who reinforce your boundaries and encourage your growth. This supportive network will fortify your resolve and remind you that you are not alone in this journey. In time, you'll find that setting boundaries becomes second nature. You'll feel a renewed sense of empowerment, knowing that you are actively shaping your life. Embrace the idea that you are deserving of respect and kindness. Every time you assert your boundaries, you are teaching others how to treat you. Ultimately, setting boundaries is about taking control of your life narrative. It's a powerful tool that allows you to cultivate an environment that fosters growth, joy, and positivity. So commit to setting those boundaries. Make it a non-negotiable aspect of your life, and watch as your relationships transform. The power to protect your peace is in your hands. Stay grounded in your values. In a world where external influences can sway our thoughts and emotions, staying grounded in your values is your North Star. Your values are the core principles that define who you are and guide your decisions. When faced with toxicity, these values become your armor, protecting you from negativity and confusion. To begin this journey, take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it integrity, compassion, courage, or perhaps authenticity? Write down your core values and revisit them often. This practice serves as a reminder of what you stand for, helping you remain anchored amidst the storm of toxic interactions. This is revision skills number 1, integrity. Revision skills number 2, practicing integration. When toxic individuals attempt to undermine your values, it's essential to pause and reflect. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a deep breath and assess the situation through the lens of your values. Ask yourself, does this align with who I am? This mindful approach allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. And thank you for including me in this process. The Star Trek show guns. Detail. For instance, if you value honesty and find yourself in a situation where a toxic person is manipulating the truth, remind yourself of your commitment to integrity. Speak your truth calmly and confidently, ensuring that you honor your values. In doing so, you not only reinforce your own identity, but also model behavior for others. Staying grounded in your values also requires courage. It's not always easy to stand firm, especially when toxic individuals try to pressure you into conformity. But remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to act despite fear. Embrace the discomfort that comes with standing up for your beliefs, knowing that it's a vital part of your growth. As you consistently align your actions with your values, you'll cultivate a sense of inner peace. This peace comes from knowing you're living authentically. Toxicity can't penetrate your soul when you're grounded in your truth. You'll become less affected by external negativity, allowing your spirit to shine brightly. Acting in alignment with your values is important because it's what you do and what you believe. In addition, staying true to your values fosters self-respect. When you act in accordance with what you believe, you build a strong sense of self-worth. Toxic individuals often thrive on exploiting insecurities, but when you embody your values, you create a shield against their manipulation. You become less susceptible to their attempts to bring you down. Moreover, your commitment to your values will inspire others around you. When you live authentically, you become a beacon of light for those who may be struggling with their own sense of self. Your steadfastness encourages others to reflect on their values, promoting a culture of authenticity and respect. Besides values, does money play a role? Does it play a role in, as you navigate relationships, remember that not everyone will share your values, and that's okay. Surround yourself with those who align with your principles and uplift your spirit. By doing so, you'll create a nurturing environment that fosters growth and positivity. Create a safe. Ultimately, staying grounded in your values is a powerful antidote to toxicity. Embrace your core principles as your guiding light. Allow them to illuminate your path and shield you from negativity. The more you align your actions with your values, the more resilient you become. You are in control of your narrative, and it starts with honoring your truth. Practice empathy, not sympathy. Empathy is a powerful tool that allows us to connect with others on a profound level. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to understand their feelings and struggles without losing sight of our own emotional boundaries. When dealing with toxic individuals, practicing empathy can be transformative, not only for them, but for yourself as well. Empathy does not mean condoning or excusing toxic behavior. Instead, it's about recognizing that everyone has their own battles. Toxic people often act out of their pain, insecurity, or fear. By understanding this, you can approach interactions with a sense of compassion rather than frustration. This shift in perspective can change the entire dynamic of your relationship. Also, start by observing the toxic behavior without judgment. Instead of labeling the person as bad, ask yourself, what might be causing them to act this way? This inquiry opens the door to understanding, creating space for compassion. When you realize that their actions are likely rooted in their struggles, you'll find it easier to detach emotionally. It's also essential to communicate from a place of empathy. Instead of reacting defensively to a toxic remark, respond with curiosity. For instance, if someone criticizes you harshly, instead of retaliating, you might say, I sense you're feeling frustrated. Can you tell me more about what's bothering you? This approach can diffuse tension and foster a more productive conversation. However, it's crucial to maintain your boundaries while practicing empathy. You can empathize with someone's struggles without allowing their negativity to invade your emotional space. Establish clear limits around what you're willing to engage with, ensuring that your own well-being remains a priority. Empathy also allows you to cultivate patience. Understanding that toxic behavior often stems from unresolved issues can help you remain calm in the face of adversity. When you practice empathy, you'll find that your emotional responses are more measured and grounded. This sense of calmness will serve as a powerful counter to the chaos of toxic interactions. Moreover, by practicing empathy, you can inspire positive change in others. When you approach toxic individuals with compassion, it may encourage them to reflect on their behavior. You create an opportunity for growth and dialogue, potentially transforming a toxic relationship into a more constructive one. Through this thought exercise together increases connection. You need connection. As you navigate these interactions, remember that empathy is a skill that takes practice. It's okay to feel challenged by toxic behavior. Acknowledge your feelings and give yourself grace. The goal is not to eliminate all negativity from your life, but to respond to it in a way that aligns with your values and promotes growth. Furthermore, practicing empathy enriches your emotional intelligence. It allows you to connect with others more deeply, fostering healthier relationships. As you hone this skill, you'll find that it becomes easier to navigate difficult conversations and situations, enhancing your ability to communicate effectively. Finally, in reviewing and examining your motives, for example, when you're helping someone else, ensure that you are consistent with your views. And then, ultimately, empathy is about creating a bridge of understanding. By stepping into someone else's experience, you can foster a more compassionate world. Remember, empathy does not mean losing yourself in someone else's struggles. It means holding space for their pain while staying anchored in your truth. Let empathy guide your interactions, and you will transform not only your relationships, but also your own emotional landscape. These aren't easy things to deal with. You have to become a better person, limit exposure, So limiting exposure to toxic individuals is a crucial strategy for protecting your mental and emotional health. It's about consciously choosing the environments and relationships that serve your growth and well-being. You have the power to curate your life, and that starts with understanding the impact of those you allow into your inner circle. First, take an inventory of your relationships. Who in your life uplifts you, encourages you, and celebrates your victories? Conversely, who drains your energy, sows doubt, or leaves you feeling diminished? This reflection will help you identify which relationships need to be nurtured and which may need to be reevaluated. Setting your intentions for internal change is one of the easiest ways for you to set clear goals. Once you've identified toxic influences, it's time to set limits. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting people out completely, especially if they are family or close colleagues. Instead, think of it as establishing healthy boundaries around your time and energy. You can choose to engage with them less frequently or limit the topics of conversation that drain you. Remember, it's perfectly acceptable to prioritize your well-being. By limiting exposure to toxic individuals, you're not being selfish, you're being strategic. This is an investment in your emotional health that will pay dividends in your overall happiness and productivity. Your time and energy are precious resources, and you must protect them fiercely. As you begin to limit exposure, you may encounter pushback. Toxic individuals often resist boundaries because they thrive on dependency. Stay firm in your resolve. Remind yourself that prioritizing your peace is essential for your growth. When you choose to step back from negativity, you create space for positivity and empowerment to flourish. In addition, consider seeking out positive influences in your life. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and encourage your dreams. This supportive network will help fortify your emotional resilience and create a buffer against toxicity. Positive relationships act as a magnet for joy and motivation, making it easier to navigate the challenges of life. You might also explore new environments that align with your values and aspirations. Join clubs, groups, or communities that resonate with your passions. By immersing yourself in positive surroundings, you're actively reducing exposure to negativity. You'll find that your outlook on life shifts when you're surrounded by like-minded individuals. As you limit exposure to toxic people, you may experience feelings of guilt or doubt. It's natural to question whether you're being too harsh. Remind yourself that prioritizing your well-being is not only necessary, but also empowering. By stepping back from toxicity, you are creating room for healthier connections to blossom. Also, understand that limiting exposure doesn't mean you won't encounter toxic behavior again. Life is full of challenges, and toxicity can arise in various forms. Equip yourself with tools and strategies to navigate these situations effectively. Your commitment to protecting your peace will serve as your armor in the face of adversity. At worst case, life comes to an end with your life. On the other hand, you could sometimes see life happening in new ways. Therefore, with a clear mind and heart, fall back to your rules and a clear understanding of your motivations and values, and more importantly, your boundaries to preserve your well-being. Ultimately, limiting exposure to toxic individuals is an act of self-love. It demonstrates a commitment to nurturing your mental and emotional well-being. You have the power to curate the relationships and environments that support your growth. Embrace this power and take charge of your narrative. Your journey toward positivity and fulfillment begins with the conscious choice to limit exposure to toxicity. Focus on solutions, not problems. In the face of toxic individuals, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of negativity. Problems can seem insurmountable, draining your energy and clouding your judgment. However, smart individuals know that focusing on solutions is the key to navigating challenges effectively. This mindset shift is transformative and empowers you to rise above adversity. Start by acknowledging the problem without becoming overwhelmed. Recognize it for what it is, a challenge that requires your attention. However, don't dwell on it. Instead of letting the issue consume your thoughts, redirect your energy toward finding solutions. This proactive approach fosters resilience and empowers you to take control of the situation. One effective strategy is to practice problem-solving techniques. Break down the issue into smaller, manageable parts. Identify specific actions you can take to address each aspect. This not only makes the problem feel less daunting, but also provides you with a clear path forward. Remember, every solution begins with action. Then, additionally, cultivate a mindset of curiosity. Instead of viewing problems as insurmountable obstacles, see them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? This inquiry reframes your perspective, allowing you to approach challenges with a sense of purpose and determination. If you push back or struggle, you can learn from the experience. Your ability to see things clearly, this inquiry reframes your perspective, allowing you to approach challenges with a sense of purpose and determination. When faced with toxic behavior, focus on how you can respond constructively. Instead of engaging in blame or negativity, ask, what can I do to create a positive outcome? This shift in focus transforms your energy from reactive to proactive. You become an architect of solutions rather than a victim of circumstance. Moreover, collaboration can be a powerful tool in problem solving. Seek input from trusted friends or colleagues who can offer fresh perspectives. Sometimes an outside viewpoint can illuminate solutions you hadn't considered. Embrace the power of collective intelligence. Together, you can navigate challenges more effectively. As you focus on solutions, remember to celebrate small victories along the way. Each step you take toward resolution is a testament to your resilience and determination. Recognize and acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. This practice builds momentum and reinforces your belief in your ability to overcome adversity. It's also essential to cultivate a positive mindset. Surround yourself with uplifting influences, people, resources, and environments that inspire you. By immersing yourself in positivity, you'll find it easier to maintain a solutions-oriented perspective. Negativity has a way of creeping in, but positivity can act as a powerful antidote. In addition, practice self-compassion. Understand that not every problem will have a quick or easy solution. Be patient with yourself as you navigate challenges. Embrace the idea that setbacks are a natural part of growth. When you approach problems with compassion, you create space for learning and resilience. You enter into a new battleground in order to be a robust and more resilient. Ultimately, focusing on solutions is a mindset that empowers you to reclaim your narrative. It allows you to rise above toxicity and take charge of your life. By redirecting your energy toward constructive action, you become an active participant in your journey rather than a passive observer. Embrace the power of solutions and watch as your life transforms in extraordinary ways. Cultivate a supportive network. The power of a supportive network cannot be overstated. Surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting individuals is one of the most effective strategies for countering toxicity in your life. Your network plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset, providing encouragement and fostering growth. When you cultivate relationships that empower you, you create a buffer against negativity. Start by assessing your current relationships. Who are the individuals that inspire you? Who uplifts your spirit and challenges you to grow? These are the people you want to prioritize. Nurture these connections by investing time and energy into them. This investment will pay dividends in the form of mutual support and encouragement. Conversely, consider the individuals in your life who drain your energy. These toxic influences can undermine your confidence and emotional well-being. It's not about abandoning these people, rather it's about being mindful of how much time and energy you dedicate to them. By limiting exposure to negativity, you create space for positivity to flourish. When you cultivate a supportive network, focus on quality over quantity. It's not about having a large circle of friends, it's about having a few trusted individuals who genuinely care about your well-being. These connections will provide a foundation of support that will help you navigate challenges with confidence. Seek out communities and groups that align with your passions and interests. Whether it's through hobbies, professional organizations, or volunteer opportunities, connecting with like-minded individuals will enrich your life. You'll find that these shared experiences foster camaraderie and create a sense of belonging. Also, be intentional about nurturing relationships. Regularly reach out to your support network to check in, share updates, and offer encouragement. Small gestures like sending a message of appreciation or scheduling catch-up calls can strengthen these bonds and create a culture of support. Additionally, consider becoming a source of support for others. Offer your encouragement, lend a listening ear, or share your experiences. When you contribute to the growth of others, you reinforce your own sense of purpose. Supporting others cultivates a reciprocal dynamic where positivity flows both ways. So remember, your supportive network should challenge you to grow. Surround yourself with individuals who push you beyond your comfort zone. These are the people who will encourage you to pursue your dreams, hold you accountable, and celebrate your victories. They become your cheerleaders, rooting for your success. Number 9, in addition, embrace the idea of collaboration within your network. Partner with individuals who share similar goals and aspirations. Collaborating can lead to new opportunities, fresh perspectives, and a wealth of resources. Together, you can navigate challenges more effectively and celebrate shared successes. Ultimately, cultivating a supportive network is an investment in your emotional and mental well-being. It empowers you to rise above toxicity and embrace a life filled with positivity and growth. By surrounding yourself with uplifting individuals, you create a safety net that allows you to flourish. So take action today to nurture these connections and watch as your life transforms into one filled with joy, inspiration, and resilience. Inspiration and resilience. Invest in self-care. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity for your well-being. In a world filled with demands and challenges, taking the time to nurture yourself is essential for maintaining balance and resilience. When faced with toxic individuals, investing in self-care becomes even more critical. It equips you with the tools to navigate negativity and foster a sense of inner peace. Start by assessing your self-care routine. What activities nourish your mind, body, and spirit? This could range from physical exercise to creative pursuits, relaxation techniques, or simply spending time in nature. Identify the practices that rejuvenate you and make them a non-negotiable part of your life. Physical health plays a vital role in your overall well-being. Prioritize regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest. When you care for your body, you create a strong foundation that enhances your mental clarity and emotional resilience. Physical well-being directly impacts your ability to cope with challenges, including toxic relationships. Moreover, prioritize mental and emotional self-care. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and stress relief, such as meditation, mindfulness, or journaling. These practices allow you to process your emotions, gain clarity, and cultivate a positive mindset. When your mind is at ease, you are better equipped to handle the challenges that arise. It's also essential to carve out time for activities that bring you joy, whether it's pursuing a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in creative expression. Make time for what lights you up. Joy is a powerful antidote to toxicity, and by actively seeking it, you create a reservoir of positivity that strengthens your spirit.